Hi, good morning, Math 6 students. We're going to be reviewing for our quiz, which is going to be taken tomorrow. Yesterday, I did our assignment a little differently. I put it as an assignment instead of material in Google Classroom. So I think that should be easier for you to actually share your work with me. I saw many of you when you turned your work in, you just attached your work. So that was awesome. Thank you to those that did that. Our assignment yesterday was page 371, problems 26 through 40, and all those answers were in the back of your book. Today we're going to be reviewing our first 5 lessons with percentages. We're going to be having a quiz tomorrow on a Google form on 6.1 to 6.5. For a review for that, I would like you to do the ready to go on. We have done those many times in the past. The ready to go on, which is found on page 356. We're going to do all the problems. I'd like you to correct this, share your work and your score with me. All of your answers to correct your work are attached in Google Classroom. So what I suggest is do a couple problems, check them to see if you're doing it right. Do a couple more, check to see if you're doing them correctly. On our Google form from yesterday, my favorite band was Bon Jovi. Good job, you guys listened to that. A few of you didn't have either of the percentage problems correctly, so I really want you to make sure that you are watching my videos or watching another video to make sure that you're understanding this okay for next year. Okay, the game we would have played if we had been in class was the coverall game. This is a spin-off of a game that I did with my 6th grade teacher. Her name was Mrs. Darko. I put Mario and Luigi for wearing coveralls. Coveralls are another name for overalls, but unfortunately you don't have the specific dice for this game, so we'll not be able to play it. But coverall games is the game we would have played if we'd had time or if you'd been here. So our review right here for lesson 6.1 to 6.5, the first part is what a percent is. So a percent, once again, is a ratio out of 100. You can put that amount over 100 and reduce it down to lowest terms. So if I were to look at this first one right here, I know that it is a 10 by 10 grid. If I were to count the columns going down, I've got 1, 2, 3 columns going down, so that would be a total of 30%. For number 2, 2 ways I could do it. I could count all the shaded. I'm going to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to count the ones that are not shaded. I know that there are 10 not shaded here. Here's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I could do 100 take away 16, and that percent right there would be 84%. Number 3, writing that percent as a fraction lowest terms, we'd put it as 27 out of 100. 27 only has factors of 3 and 9, and neither of those go into 100, so it would stay as 27 hundredths. 64%, we'd start with 64 over 100. I might think in my head I can divide both of those by 2, and that would give me 32 fiftieths. But wait, I can divide it by 2 again, and I would have 16 25ths in lowest terms. Once again, I could check my work then also by dividing 16 by 25. And if I do that on my calculator, 16 divided by 25 gives me 0.64 or 64 hundredths. So I know I did that correct. 35%. I'm going to start 35 over 100. Dividing those both by 5, I'm going to have 7 20ths, and that's all the lower I can go. 6%. I would start with 6 over 100. I can divide both of those both by 2, and I would have 3 50ths, and that, my friends, is my answer in lowest terms. That was lesson 6.1. Lesson 6.2 with fractions, decimals, and percentages. To change a decimal to a percent, move the decimal point to the blank places. Now, I know it's 2 places, first of all, but my question is, well, do I move it to the right or do I move it to the left? So in order to help you remember that, I would just think of a very basic one. We're starting with the decimal, and I'm going to start with 25 hundredths. And I know in my head 25 hundredths is the same as 25%. So that tells me I'm going to move my decimal point to the right 2 places. to the right 2 places. So 37 hundredths would be 37%. I also know percent means out of 100. And so if my amount is in the number of hundredths, it's going to be my percent, 37%. For the second one here, if I look at my hundredths, I've got 4 hundredths. If I move it 2 places to the right, I would have 4.5%. 5 hundredths, moving it 2 places to the right, would give me 5%. 627 thousandths, moving my decimal point 2 places to the right, would give me 62.7%. The next one says, Sam asked 20 friends, if they liked peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or grilled cheese sandwiches. 13 of his friends said peanut butter and jelly. What percent liked peanut butter and jelly? So it's 13 out of 20. A couple ways I could do this. One way I could say, well, I know percent means out of 100. So I could change this to using my cross products. I say 13 out of 100 is the same as 13 out of 20 is the same as what out of 100. And I could do my cross products and multiply and get 1300. And I'm going to divide that by 20. And that is going to give me 65%. Another way I could do is on my calculator, I could do 13 divided by 20. And that's going to give me this as my decimal. And I know if I convert that, that would become 65%. All right, lesson 6.3 with estimating here. We are not finding actual answers. We are trying to make the problem easier to do in our head. So it says to use a fraction to estimate the percent of each number. So if I think of this, 19% is really close to 20%, and that is the same as 1/5. So I'm going to find 1/5 of, and I'm going to think of a number close to 61 that can be divided by 5, which would be 60. Finding 1/5 is the same as dividing by 5. So if I do 60 divided by 5, my answer would be about 12. On the next one, 76%, I'm going to think, hey, that's really close to 75%, which is the same as 3/4. So I'm going to find 3/4 of, and I'm going to change 62 to 60. Now, finding 3/4 of a number. 3/4 is the same as 1/4 of an amount, and then timesing it by 3. Okay, so I'm going to first of all do 1/4 of 60 in my head. So I'm going to divide 60 by 4. So if I divide 60 by 2, I get 30. If I divide that by 2 again, I get 15. So if 1/4 of 60 is about 15, if I want to find 3/4 of 60, I'm going to take 3 times 15, and a good estimated amount would be 45 for that. The next one, 49% of 98. I might change this to 50%, which is the same as 1/2. And I could keep my 98 as 98 if I wanted to, and say my answer is going to be about 49. I could change that to 100 if I wanted to, and 1/2 of 100 is about 50. Pretty much the same answers there. And our last one here, 19%. I'm going to think of that as being 20% of, and I might just change this one to 90. Okay, now I can think of 20% as being 1/5, or what I can do is I can take 10% and times it by 2 to get 20%. I'm going to go that route for this one. So I know that 10% of 90, 10% means move the decimal point 1 place to the left, is going to be 9. So if I'm going to double that to get 20%, 20% of 90 would be about 18. All right, the next section, estimate using friendly numbers to make the problem easier. Once again, I might think of 15% as being 10% plus 5%. That's going to give me 15%. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change $41.07 to just $40. Okay, so when I'm doing this, my trick to find 10% of a number is to move the decimal point 1 place to the left. So 10% of 40, I'm just going to highlight that right here. 10% of 40 means I move my decimal point one place to the left. So that would be $4. Now, I want to think about the relationship between 10% and 5%. And I know 5% is half of 10%. So if I did the same thing here, if 10% is $4, half of that would be $2 more. So a good estimation for 15% of $41.07 would be about $6. All right, 32% of 210. Well, I know in my head this is really close to 33 1/3%, right guys? And I know in my head that 33 1/3% is the same as 1/3 of the total amount. Now looking at the first two numbers here, I've got a 21, and wow, 21 can be divided by 3. So I'm going to think of that as 1/3 of 210, and that would give me an estimated amount about 70. And then the final one, 1% of 95. To find 1%, it means to divide by 100, like 1 cent is 1/100th. So all I'm going to do is with my 95 to find 1%, remember, move our decimal point 2 places to the left, and 1% would be about 95/100ths. Alex has $15. He finds an item on sale for 20% off the regular price of $19.99. Does he have enough money for the toy? Okay, so if we were to look at this, he has $19.99. If I thought of that as being about $20, okay, and he finds an item for 20% off. 20% means 1/5 of it off, or I could think of it as 20% is 2 times 10%. Okay, so if I wanted to find 10% of $20, means I move my decimal point to the left one spot. So 10% is $2. Another 10% is $2, which means it would be $4 off, and he has $15, so yes, he would have enough. All right, lesson 6.4, Hillview School has 440 students. If 55% of the students are girls, how many of the students are girls? So we're going to write a proportion of what we know. We know 55%. There is a total of 440 students, so that's going to go down here, and we want to figure out how many are girls. So once again, we're going to do our means extremes. I'm going to do 55 times 440, and I'm going to get 24,200. And now I know that 100 times some number has to equal that amount. So I'm going to divide it by 100, which is going to tell me that there are 242 girls at this school. Find the percent of each number. If necessary, round to the nearest tenth. So we're going to write what we know. We know 64%. We know that's 64/100ths. Of 313 tells me that goes on the bottom. So I'm going to take 64, I'm going to multiply it by 313, and then I'm going to divide by 100, and it says to round to the nearest tenth. I really don't have to on this one. It gives me a somewhat easy number to work with. So 232/100ths. If we have 7%, and write that as 7/100ths out of 186, I'm going to take 186, I'm going to times it by 7, and then divide it by 100, and my x would be 13/200ths. 138%, okay, this is more than the total amount, so it's over 100. It tells me my answer is going to be more than 52 because it's more than 100% of 52. So I'm going to erase that part. I'm going to take 138, I'm going to times it by 52, and then divide it by 100, and I'm going to have 71 76/100ths. For our last one, once again, this is what we did on Friday. 12 is what percent? I don't know my percent. Of 60 tells me 60 goes on the bottom and 12 is going to go on the top. I'd like you to pause right now and do these problems right here. Okay, and we're back. If we notice on the second one here, we don't know the percent, so we're going to write it as x over 100. Our of statement goes on the bottom. The last one goes on the top, and we'll do our cross products. Please check these over, these answers right here. For our assignment, we're going to be doing page 356 all. It's out of your book. It is found right here. Please, when you're done correcting it, circle your name, share your work and score with me. Thank you.